G'day, fellow modelers. Mr. Handy back with another handy review for you. I get the pleasure of reviewing another Valiant Wings Airframes and Miniatures book. This is number 12. This is a second edition, revised and updated and expanded, as you can tell right here, on the Spitfire Part 1. They broke these up into the Merlin powered and the Griffin powered. So I'm hoping that they re-release the second edition of part 2 as well, because these are absolutely fabulous, fabulous books, and they are so hard to find nowadays. In the original copies are hard to find. So let's get into it. As it says, it's updated and expanded, includes foreign service, new kits, assessments, and Edwards 148 scale Mark 1 build. So, as always, with Valiant Wing, we go to the index and they give the evolution of the Mark 1 to the Mark 5, evolution of the Mark 5 to the Mark 9, and to the Mark 9 and the Mark 16. And then we get the photo reconnaissance, Seafire, and then camouflage and markings. And then we jump into the different kits of the Seafire, or the Spitfire, just the Merlin powered ones. And then the build section where they build a couple of kits. And then building a collection, which is a little misleading, because this actually tells you all the difference between the different variants. And I really, really love that they add that. And then we get into the detail, the meat and potatoes of this. And then we get into the appendix, which gives you a list of all the different kits and different scales, all the accessories that are out there, all the decals, and then the bibliography of all the books that are available on some of the different marks. And then we get the wonderful edition, the 148 scale plans. So let's get right into it. We have a glossary of terms, which is always really nice. And then we get into the preface. And then right into the book. And as always, we have these really nice period pictures. And we go through all the different variants. So we're talking about the Mark 1 right now. We get into the Mark 3, Mark 5, Mark 7, Mark 8 and 9. Oh, sorry, that was 7 and 8. Here's the Mark 9 and 16. Then we get into the two-seaters and Seafires. And then the different users. And then we get into the evolution from prototype to Mark 5 with all these wonderful side views. They've added the Spitfire with the beer can, or with the beer barrels. Interesting. And we get into the Seafires. Now we're into camouflage and markings. And as always, with regards to Valiant Wings, they do an excellent job on the side views. These wonderful color side view illustrations are beautiful. And as always with Valiant Wings, they give us this stenciling and markings section for all the stencils and markings on the Spitfire. Now we're getting into the, we were here doing the photo reconnaissance versions, and now we're getting into the Seafires. Excuse me. And then other users of the Spitfire. So that's nice to see some of the Russian stuff too. I always thought that the Russian use of the Spitfire was kind of cool. Egyptian use as well, and then the Israelis. Now we get into the different kits. They do a quick selection of kits that I'm thinking these are the available ones right now. So, of course, we start off with the Airfix Mark 1, and then work our way through all the different variants, and then all the different companies. So it's not just, one company. They do a bunch of different ones. But as we all know, at this point in time, there's only two companies that seem to be really dominating that market, and it's Airfix and Edwards. So we get into 48 scale on this side, again with Edward and Airfix. And some Tamiya, and then we get into 32nd scale. We get into some different stuff, Rebel and Tamiya. So 124 scale, and then we get into the build section. So they build Airfixes Mark III, 48 scale Edwards, 48 scale Spitfire Mark. Looks like it might be a Mark 1. And then we get into as I said, building a collection, which is really, really nice. And it's a bit of a misnomer, but it's nice to see this because it gives you, like I said, all the things that were changed with regards to the variants over time. So, and I think this is really super helpful with being able to identify what is what. Oops. And then we get into the in detail, which again is another wonderful thing. Valiant Wings always does a really good job on their books. This is a staple, and then we just get right into all the detail that you would find in the different variants of the Spitfires. And like I said, I love the. I had said in a previous review, I really like the mixing of pictures and production illustrations. I find illustrations a little bit easier for me to follow when I'm trying to detail something. It's a lot easier to follow than, say, the pictures, but when you get both, it kind of gives you a better idea. And then these, of course, all the call-outs for all the different things. Such a valuable reference. Just to know what you're building and what's inside there. So, now we're into the undercarriage. Again, they go through every part of the aircraft, which is so nice. And these are definitely a reference that everybody should have on their list or in their shelf. Then we get into the list of kits. And again, this one goes all the way from the smallest. So there's 144 scale, and then we go all the way up, and it just basically tells you all the different kits, which is nice. And then we get into the Spitfire and Seafire accessory list, which is nice to have as well for those hard-to-find things. And then we will get into, wow, that's a long list. We get into the decals, which is nice as well. And then the bibliography on different books that could possibly be helpful to you. So, and then, of course, the best part is the 148 scale drawings. These ones are really nice and really helpful. The reason I say is they give you they give you this rivet detail as well, which is really nice if you want to rivet your models. It's hard to find that stuff, which is actually kind of funny. You would think that you'd be able to find them a little bit easier, but nope. And it's nice to see that. Not every Valiant Wings comes out with this. I just did a review on the ME110, and I don't think that was in there. But again, nice color side plates on the back. Again, this is another wonderful reference material. Probably, again, the best place to start your collection or your reference material for Spitfire. This almost is a one-stop shop again. Gives you everything that you would need with regards to the Merlin-powered Spitfires. And again, it's a it's a good price. Again, I think I paid $30 or $40 Canadian for this. So this was again re-released. I think it was late last year. So I'm hoping that they re-release their part 2. And I really, really hope they re-release their BF-109 series as well. So anyways, that's it for this. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Help us move around on Facebook and out there. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching again, and stay tuned for our next review. Take care. Happy modeling.